Welcome back to Sonic Colors. This part will cover Planet Wisp, and I've got to say, along with Sweet Mountain, this is my personal favourite level of the game.
I really like Planet Wisp. I think it has some of the best platforming in the game. It has an amazing level track, and for the most part the aesthetics are fantastic, but for my money I'd probably go with either Asteroid Coaster or Aquarium Park.
I don't know what it is. I've always loved the juxtaposition of like natural scenery and machinery, and it actually kind of harkens back to levels like Collision Chaos, Good Future, Launch Base Zone, and Spring Yard Zone from the first game.
For my money though, I wish there was more time spent in like the actual like grass part of it, because pretty much after you leave Act 1, most of it is just spent in the kind of launch base-esque setting up and stuff.
This is going to look fantastic in Generations.
Oh yeah, it's going to look. I'm really intrigued to know to see how they're going to remix it, because this track done by the sound director for the game, please forgive my poor pronunciation, Kenichi Tokoi, is often cited as one of the best tracks in the game, and it's hard to argue with that, because this track is just beautiful.
Yeah, when I think of Sonic Colors, I either think of this or Reach for the Stars. What do you think of the Spikes, Wisp, Gareth?
I like the Spike Wisp. It's fun. I mean, it's got a really nice track, and it kind of, you know, it's pretty much the spin dash and the homing attack mixed with Spider-Man's ability to stick to walls.
And the ceiling.
And the ceiling, of course.
Now, it was kind of said before the game was released that the Wisps were kind of emulating certain abilities of Sonic characters, like obviously the spin dash. Hover kind of resembles Tails' ability to fly. Spikes, going up the walls at least, kind of resembles Knuckles, and Frenzy is kind of like him breaking through rocks.
It is, which a lot of people theorize that Sega were kind of testing the waters a little bit in terms of his power up to see if fans reacted well to him. So, you know, hopefully at some point we'll get another game with other characters, because for 5 years now they've been like, look, you can play as just Sonic, and it's like, yes, we've had like 4 games of that, let's try something else now, please.
Even if it's just optional, I'd be down for playing as Tails and Knuckles again.
See, that's what I think. That's one of the things that even people who hate the game will say that's what Black Knight did well. It gave you optional characters that play kind of differently, but you don't have to ever use them.
Blaze handles like crap though.
Yeah, I mean, it's just nice to be Knuckles and glide again. That was badass.
Of course.
I love the piano in this track. It's just amazing.
So calming again, like Collision Chaos, Good Future.
I say Collision Chaos, or Collision Chaos Good Future starts out calming, and then this gets really rocking. I don't really think you call that whole track rock, you know, peaceful.
I would call it transcendent.
Now again, I think most people, you know, make the connection between this and Launch Base, because of course at this point in time, in terms of the story, Eggman has just colonized Planet Wisp, and he's still kind of overtaken it. Unlike all the others, which have already been colonized and are ready now for his you know, the theme park thing.
And also, it's a bit of a reference to CD as well. There's chains leading up into the sky, you know, connecting planets, and it looks a bit like the area around the Nether Lake, actually.
Yeah, I mean, like I think when the story first came out, a lot of people thought that, you know, thought it would maybe some tie in with CD, because I guess Tom said the big chain connecting planets, and also the game land, the fact that it looks like Metal Sonic. A lot of people thought that this game was going to connect with CD, but Sega was saving that for Sonic 4.
Oh yeah, they did.
You got so bitchy about that.
I got so pissy about that. Leave CD alone. I don't even like it.
Leave Sonic CD alone.
It's a human being.
It's my favorite game.
Wait, no, it's not.
Well, I'm saying that fanboys would say that. I don't care about CD. CD can go fuck itself.
This is where my Spring Yard vibe comes from. You know, the barrels that went up and down.
Okay, I can kind of see a bit more about Spring Yard Zone here. Okay, I can see that.
This section took me forever to record because of these things right here. Look at them. One eye, always gazing, never blinking.
Well, that's the thing. Because that eye thing is used a lot in like the designs of the ship. Like in the boss fight you fight in Starlight Carnival has one of those eyes on it. A lot of people thought that one of the final boss fights was going to be like a big wisp, but likewise, Sega was saving that for the DS version of this game.
What is it, Nega Mother Wisp or something?
Yeah, but basically after you fight the final boss in the Wii in this version appears in the DS version. After that though, you have to collect all of these Chaos Emeralds. Once you have the Chaos Emeralds, you get to basically fight Yakka's mother.
It's genius. Genius!
It's just as stupid as it sounds. Something that I know that myself and Sonic Movies have said a lot of times before, but we're really happy that for the first time in like ages, the orchestral music is basically just an instrumental version of the actual theme song.
I still prefer the World Adventure though I know you'll disagree with me on that.
I don't. I thought the World Adventure was a good starting place, but for my money, theme of Sonic Colors just beats it hands down. I really love the animations that Sonic has at the start of the levels.
Definitely a let's do this vibe.
It's like he just puts his finger and says, "You're mine, bitch," and then spoofs off.
Get ready for one of the most insane examples of the laser wisp in the entire game.
Okay, let's see this. Jesus Christ!
Physics? What's that?
Look how many points you got for that! My God, it's still going. Cube, the least favourite wisp of mine.
Yep, and mine as well, but we've got to use it. And the stomp effect comes in very handy here, because like I said, the physics are very floaty.
Yeah, what I said a few minutes ago about this having some of the best platforming, that kind of works in theory, because a lot of the time, especially in Planet Wisp, you are required to make precision jumps onto tiny moving platforms, and the jumping in this game isn't perfect.
No, not by a long shot.
Yeah, I mean, it's not horrible. I mean, I would still say this game controls and handles better than Unleashed, but the double jump can sometimes screw you over.
I was playing this with the classic controller, and it felt doubly floaty, because that one, the sticks feel a bit too raised for me.
I tried playing this with the Wiimote once, but normally I always just use the GameCube controller. I
probably should have used that, because the GameCube controller's got a nice bit of weight to it.
And just watching this, I forgot how short this game was. Jesus Christ.
Definitely, you can complete it in a few hours, but the thing is, unlike Black Knight, those few hours are actually fun.
I enjoy Black Knight.
Yeah, fuck you.
Fuck you. Fuck you, Secret Rings, boy. Yeah, let's keep going forward and can't go backwards. Yeah, that's good control for a Sonic game.
Yeah, Sonic Sword.
So?
Die.
So, I like the sword, sharp.
Yeah.
Hey, I wanna be a Knight of the Wind. Go fuck yourself.
That is an excellent theme. Oh, is this the one where you got the tower?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Making your way up like a spiraling tower or something, either up or down. I just love those types of areas in platform games.
It's something I said during the Unleashed playthrough, but one of my favourite on the Wii version, my favourite way hook levels, you have to climb up a waterfall.
Actually, in the 360 version, the tower thing in Spagonia.
Oh yeah, that's true.
That's my favourite Werehog section of the game.
A problem I've had with enemies in Sonic games, and it's been going on since, I'd probably say since Unleashed, is the enemies now are far too easy to kill. All of the footage I've seen of Generations thus far looks amazing to play, but it looks so stupidly easy. Like, just to go off on a tangent quickly, if you see in trailers or gameplay footage, enemies don't attack you, they just stand there.
Well, I think they actually rolled out demo units for people to play at like E3 and whatnot, because there's a section in City Escape, and it's just after you escape the truck, where there would usually be a bottomless pit, but it's filled in.
Apparently, obviously, this game started the trend of if you're near a bottomless pit, it kind of shows you. There's like a little thing comes up with it's the triangle with the exclamation mark in it. They've used something similar in Generations, but instead of it being a triangle with a exclamation mark in it, they're actually using the dying sprite from Sonic 1, which is a pretty nice touch. I really like this cutscene because this is kind of the first section in the game where you kind of get an idea for the scope of Eggman's plan. I mean, it's kind of been hinted at beforehand, but this is where it's really cemented what he's doing, and it's really one of the most sinister and dickish things he's ever done in these games.
Even worse than Sonic Spinball?
Oh, nothing's worse than Sonic Spinballs unless it's crazy talk.
Indeed. This is still pretty bad though.
A slight point on Sonic's character model. I like the fact that in keeping it with how he looks in promotional artwork, they keep his mouth now always to one side. But if you actually look from shot to shot, the side his mouth is on actually switches depending on where he is adjacent to the camera, which I think is really interesting.
I'll take that over front mouth Sonic, which looks really weird.
It does look really weird. But yeah, so essentially what Tails is going to explain now is that Eggman is basically been this moving planets from space, which Sonic games, as we've shown from Sonic being able to breathe and move in space, they don't really follow any logical sense of science, because if that was to happen, it would kind of fuck up the entire solar system.
Pretty much.
I'm going to guess it wasn't ice cream shooting out of those generators.
Dude, I could totally go for one of those ice cream shooting generators right here.
Indeed.
Well, excuse me, I'm going to put a stop to these renovations.
By which I mean totally fuck up his plans. Man, just imagine this if like Eggman was like building theme parks for everyone and Sonic just came by and smashed everything up.
Well, that's kind of what his intention is before he even knows anything's actually going wrong. Sonic's like, I'm gonna break this shit.
Imagine if Eggman was good all along. He was summoning chaos so everyone could have candy.
Like you could probably make the argument that Eggman is the good guy.
Well, I'm sure the comics brought up that angle once or twice, but nope, Sonic's not having any of it.
You could make the argument that Eggman is trying to bring some kind of like technical like revolution to the planet. Like if we go back to say Sonic 1, you know, in Scrap Brain Zone, Eggman is bringing along the technological revolution. In Scrap Brain Zone, he's trying to bring, you know, power and production to the planet, but Sonic's like, nope, we'll live in a Stone Age.
Well, as SatAM taught us, it's better to be a tree hugger than to have heat and power.
It's better to be a tree hugger, but also, you know, have anti-gravity devices stored into your shoes. He's kind of sending mixed messages with that one.
Indeed.
Although I think it's realised that's probably one of the shortest levels in the entire game.
I think I was like a millisecond off 40 seconds overall.
Nice. Well, like, you know, in terms of the levels, normally what happens is that like Act 1 would be your main proper level. That Act 1 normally takes 3 to 4 minutes, and then Acts, you know, 2 to 6 are normally they're either based around the gimmick or they're based around just a smaller condensed version of what you've already played through.
They're not really consistent time-wise. It's kind of like Secret Rings in that regard, because the first mission was always like the main run-through of the level, and then everything else was just gravy, really.
I was literally just about to say that. You read my mind, you thieving bastard. Give me back my hyper go-on energy.
No, it's mine now.
Oh, you fucking frenzy.
That's the plot to Sonic Colors 2.
That'd be fantastic. Just in terms of, I love this bit here where oh, come on guys, let me out! Come on!
They don't call him the Balloon Wisp for nothing. Fatty fat fatty in space.
No one calls him the Balloon Wisp. What are you talking about?
I did, in that dream I had.
Oh, that's true, fair enough. See, like, if you know how, like, you know, Nintendo obviously brought out a Mario Galaxy 2, which, as far as I'm aware, was pretty much identical to Galaxy 1, only with a few improvements.
Oh, there's new levels and whatnot.
Oh yeah, but like, I would love a Colors 2. What do you think?
Definitely. What I would like most out of the Colors 2, besides, you know, new wisps and new levels, is the ability to actually combine your wisps. Because you can do it in multiplayer, you can't do it in single player.
Combining them in multiplayer is messed up, man. Well, like, well, it's not so much you kind of. Is it so much you combine them, or just if you have two Sonics on screen and they get different wisps, they kind of merge a little bit?
Yeah, because I was watching PokeCapin's Let's Play of it, and I think they merged Hover and Rocket, and were completely amazed at what they had created.
That was amazing. It's like some kind of weird, easy bake oven, only with aliens and Sonic characters and no, you know, baked goods.
That metaphor kind of got away from me, didn't it?
It did. It's kind of like a sandwich with no filling. That's Sonic Unleashed without the boost. I stole from you. I stole from you because I'm all out of good people to steal from. I've missed the spin dash.
Well, it was in 06.
No, it wasn't, because that game never existed, Tom.
You keep telling yourself that, Gareth.
She's just like George Lucas. She just wanted to destroy my childhood, you bastard.
Hey, blame them for that abomination, okay? Just because I made you sit through it time and time again until we got the perfect take.
And you wonder why I hate you.
There's more besides that, but still.
There is more than that, you know. You burnt down my house, which wasn't a very nice thing to do.
We shouldn't have made for the secret rings.
That game sucks and you know it.
Oh shit, my house is on fire. Wildfire.
Exactly, it all makes sense. Now I think coming up, we're coming up on a line which most people would probably cite as their favourite line in the game. I know that after the game came out, Sonic Retro kind of adapted this as like their motto for a few months.
It is a pretty good line, not gonna lie.
It is probably one of the most quotable. I think this is one of the lines that like Roger Craig Smith has said a lot at like conventions. I like the fact that they've kept the thing of like Sonic like flexing a lot.
Well, he is athletic that way.
I am going to save this planet,
And I am. This line is just fantastic.
No copyright law in the universe is going to stop me.
However, copyright law did stop Entom.
And that's why we have the HellfireComms account.
Yes. I will tell you, I actually prefer the fact that it's called HellfireComms now. Because it means you can't take all the glory.
Let it be known that I edit every single one of these videos. Thank you and good night.
And now we get to the second boss, which is kind of really pathetically easy.
Well, the second of this type of boss, yes.
Yeah, like imagine this is kind of like the video game equivalent of picking a fight with a badger that doesn't have any arms and legs and is already dead.
Man, you're really like off on your metaphors today.
Why, that's a perfect metaphor. Look at it. It looks like a badger with no arms and legs.
Now, I don't really have a problem with this boss per se. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's ridiculously easy. But I would have preferred if they went with something more thematically sound for like a world filled with greenery. Like maybe a plant type boss.
Yeah, I should say quickly, earlier in the playthrough I said that Tomio Otani did all of the boss themes. I was actually wrong. This one is actually done by Kenichi Toko, the sound director for the game. Just thought I'd get that in there.
Yep.
Yep.
Calm down.
Yeah. We're just doing our impression of Teamsters. You got an S rank, good for you, Tom. You finally got one.
I love how shiny it is.
I love this. Tom, is this a cutscene you have a problem with?
Nope. I actually love the dialogue in this one.
This one's look, it shows Tails. Just Tails has no problem with busting Sonic's balls now.
Are you talking to the broken robot who can't hear you?
Maybe. That's between me and the robot.
Roger's delivery of that line makes me laugh every time. Maybe that's between me and the robot.
So overall, Planet Wisp, definitely one of my favourite levels in the game. The boss leaves a lot to be desired though. Please join us next time where we go into the ocean for Aquarium Park. See you then.